the movies. I'm also thrilled to be here with my wife, Debbie. Debbie, can you stand up and just wave? We're actually newlyweds, going on 6 months. And if you saw the movie Hillary's America, how many have seen it? Wow. Well, Debbie sang God Bless America in the movie. That's her voice. You don't see her, but she's the singer of that movie. Here we are in this beautiful setting. Almost feels like the Garden of Eden. And yet we are here on the anniversary of 9/11. And we are here looking at one of the most strange and surreal, but also consequential elections in this country's history. A great deal is at stake. I was 17 years old when I first saw America. I grew up in Bombay, India. I came to the United States as an exchange student, and I remember the airplane descending on New York City, and I looked out of the window. I saw the skyline of New York. I saw the Statue of Liberty. And I realized in a kind of inexpressible way that my life would be completely different from that moment on. I felt intuitively that I was moving from the margin of the world to the center. And I recognized, even if dimly, that I would, in this country, if I stayed, if I lived here, I would be the architect of my own destiny in a way that would be inconceivable had I stayed in India or grown up somewhere else. For me, the American dream is a dream of being in the driver's seat of your own life. It is a dream of living It's a dream of living in a country where your destiny isn't given to you, it's constructed by you. A country is, in a way, judged by the kind of ladders of opportunity that it creates for people who are starting life at the bottom. I came to America with $500 in my pocket, and so I was looking to come to a country where, through a combination of effort and hard work and creativity and luck, I could improve my life. And this is the elusive concept of the American dream, of the pursuit of happiness. And my politics is based on that. And the politics of the Republican Party is based on that. The Republican Party is the party that upholds the American dream and the ladder of opportunity. As conservatives, what are we conserving? Paradoxically, we are conserving the ideals of the American Revolution. So we are revolutionaries. We're conserving this revolutionary tradition. Now, we're living at a very bizarre moment in this country's history. Bruce alluded to my penance at the hands of the Obama administration. After I made the movie 2016, vituperative attacks on me began to appear on a website called BarackObama.com. Now, these attacks were unsigned, but in their combination of pomposity, indignation, and incoherence, they strongly resemble the recognizable signature of the thin-skinned narcissist who currently inhabits the White House. So a few weeks later, the FBI comes banging on my door.
Go figure.
And I was charged with exceeding the campaign finance laws for giving $20,000 to a college friend of mine who was running for the Senate. Now, did I exceed the campaign finance law? Yes, I did. But no American in this country's history has been locked up or incarcerated for doing what I did.
Yep.
The progressives embrace the issue of justice. Often as conservatives, we don't do that. We emphasize a rival virtue, which is liberty, which is freedom. We allow them to own the issue of justice. And of course, their favorite phrase is social justice. But let's remember that justice isn't just a matter of did you break the law. It's also a matter of does the penalty fit the crime. Did other guys who did roughly the same thing get approximately the same punishment? The point I want to make is that progressive justice, I think in my case, was a sham. But it turns out that this experience of being incarcerated in a confinement center under the supervision of the Bureau of Prisons was also for me quite educational. In the beginning, I was totally to myself because all these inmates seemed to be in groups or gangs. And this wasn't, by the way, the white-collar crowd, because there were drug smugglers and coyotes and armed robbers and the whole gamut. And like I say, most of them were Hispanic. This was on the Mexican border. And even among the Hispanics, there were multiple groups. The American Hispanics are called Southsiders. They had their own gang. And then the Mexicans were in a gang that appeared to be a subsidiary of the Mexican mafia. So my thought was, I better be careful in talking to this guy. I don't want that guy to try to kill me. I did consider momentarily the idea of starting my own gang. The Asian Indian gang.
There you go.
But a few weeks into this incarceration, I thought, look, enough of moping and sulking to myself. I'm in a very interesting environment where conservatives never go. I mean, I'm not likely to walk down the hall and run into Charles Krauthammer or George Will. So I said, let me try to talk to people here, read their case files, learn a little bit about them. And over 8 months, I discovered what I'm going to call the ideology of the criminal underclass. Now, my previous exposure to this subject was kind of limited to 2 viewings of The Shawshank Redemption. And so I kind of had the idea that all these dudes are going to maintain their own innocence. But as I got to know them, I realized that that is not so. The ideology of the criminal underclass can be summed up this way. We're guilty. We did it. But we are the small fry. We are actually the stupid criminals. The ones who got caught. That's why we're here. The big fry, the big criminals, are still at large. The big fry never get caught. In fact, the system rarely goes after them because they run the system. They're too well connected within the system. So, fast forward to Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch meeting on the tarmac for their little tete-a-tete. Or Obama signaling to Comey and signaling to Lynch, hey, hands off Hillary. She's my gal. I'm handing off the baton to her. Now, this is, as I say, a new turn in American politics. The Democrats today are up to something that can be summarized very briefly as stealing America. Stealing America.